Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. Yesterday was Tuesday, so today's Wednesday. With the holiday on Monday, I have to think twice about what day it is, but I'm sure I'm not the only one in that boat. So yesterday was a big shopping and errand day for me. I usually go out and run errands on Monday because for 20 something years that was my day off. But now, being retired, I can do any old day I want. And this week, being the first Tuesday of the month, was Senior Citizen Day at the local grocery store. I got 6% off. So, okay, I'm going to go do my shopping. And I have a check to deposit. And I want to take paper to the school for recycling. And I have all these cans and bottles that I want to return for the deposit. And it turned into a big day. I think there was a total of 8 stops. And true to form, there was a glitch at just about every stop. I started with going to the school to drop off the papers. It's the school that all 3 of our girls went to. They have one of those Atabibi or something. It's yellow and green. I don't know if you have them in your area, but people fill them up with paper to recycle, and then they pick it up and they pay the school by the pound. So I take the paper from church and the paper from here, and I had 4 or 5 boxes in my car that I needed to take in. Okay, I pull in. It's the day before school starts, and a friend of my daughter's from school is down in the parking lot with her kids and another family's kids playing on the playground. She is married to one of the teachers. She's painting the half circle around a basketball hoop at the edge of the parking lot. So I'm saying hi to her. I'm talking, telling her about all the girls getting together for Labor Day and all that. And I go to dump my papers. And I see she's got her little guy there who's, I think he's 2. And there's another kid, maybe 2.5, 3. Those 2 are playing together. He kicks a ball and it goes out into the parking lot. Now, there wasn't a whole lot of traffic there. First I came in, then one other car came in, but I didn't want to have this little 2-year-old running across the parking lot, so I went over and I kicked the ball back to him. Well, then the other little boy decided he was going to accidentally kick his ball into the parking lot. So I ended up in an impromptu soccer match with 2 toddler boys for a little while. Got the papers unloaded, said goodbye, headed off to the bank. Just needed to deposit a check at the ATM and get some cash. Put the check in. Nope. It returned it to me. Wouldn't deposit it. Okay, let's get some cash and then I'll go inside and deposit it at a teller. So I go through the withdrawal procedure. And it says, no, we're not giving you any cash. Your card is expired. I just activated the new card. Well, okay, wallet's got 2 sides. Over on this side was the old card, and I put the new card over here, and I never took the old card out. So now the old card is in my purse, folded in half. Used the new card, everything worked perfectly. Then I went over to Goodwill. Now, a lot of times at Goodwill, Labor Day, President's Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day will be a 50% off the whole store sale. I think that somebody went in yesterday, cleared out all the yarn, because the only yarn I saw in the whole store was one skein of a Christmas cotton that already had a project started. And I think it was $2.99, and I was just like, yeah, not going to get that. So I just went to the book rack and I got 2 books for my granddaughter. She loves the puzzles where you open up to a page and there's a picture and it says, can you find 10 caribou? So then it works on her skills for looking for things and her counting skills. So it came out to $3.23 for both the books. You know why I know? Because I was going to give a $5 bill and 23 cents to pay for it, and the cashier says, "Can I have your quarters?" So I ended up counting out like $3 in quarters and then the 23 cents. So I did clear a lot of change out of my change purse, but that took a little longer. Then I went next door to Dollar Tree because I saw a video, someone saying that their Dollar Tree had expanded their yarn section and now they had pounds of yarn for $5. Oh, that's a deal. And if they had a color I used a lot, that'd be a good deal. Well, that's what the yarn section looked like at this Dollar Tree, but they did not have the pound of yarn. I did get 4 white just chenille because I thought this would be a good match for that Sweet Snuggles Light, I think. Is that what that is? And I do currently have a project going with this and that purple up there. No, that's blue. Okay. I have a purple in the same yarn as this green and this yellow. I have a project, my squishy project, going on with this and that yarn, and it's working out quite well. Okay, after that, well, I didn't really have a glitch there. Just I had a very talkative cashier, so it took a while to get out of the store. Then I went over to a grocery store next door, and it's just a little mom and pop. It's called Market in the Square. There are only 2 of them in the area, so it's not this big chain store. They were having a sale this week where a lot of their meats were deeply discounted. They had T-bone steaks and I think ribeyes for $5.99 a pound. So we were able to get 2 really nice sized T-bones for $7.43. I took the smallest package they had. Problem is, I'm walking around the store. Ooh, look at this. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, my husband's fish sticks are on sale. Ooh, this is the store that has Udi's gluten-free baguettes in the freezer department. So it's 2 loaves of gluten-free bread for $5.99. That's cheaper than just about any baguette that you get out there. And some gluten-free baguettes are really crusty, and if you try to make a sandwich out of them, it's tough. Yeah, they're very hard to bite. But this is nice tender crust. I like them. So I got 2 packages of that. Well, my car was way on the other side of the parking lot. That parking lot, I think, is the one in this area that I am the most frightened about driving in. Just because this small hometown grocery store attracts an elderly population. So you'll have people in that parking lot who probably shouldn't still be driving. And you're just like driving along, and all of a sudden somebody backs out in front of you, like, whoa, don't you see me? You beep the horn and they still keep on backing up. You're like backing up, trying to get out of their way. And then they just come up, go on their way, like they never even saw you. Okay, where was I? Okay, I parked way over in the safe zone. And I didn't intend to buy 2 bags full of groceries, but I did. So I had a long hike back to my car, loaded down with groceries. Well, there had been significant construction between my last stop and the school and the plaza. So I was like, I don't want to go back south again because I'm going to have to drive through all that construction, probably have to sit through an extra change the light and all that. So I'm going to go out this way, and went to a different store for my next shopping trip. Oh, there was a Dollar Tree right next to them, and I didn't check their yard department. I spent about 5 minutes putting all my pop cans and bottles into the timer machine to get my deposits. I got down to $1 can left. It was cool. This one slot, you could put in both bottles and cans, plastic and cans. So I get down to one can left. And when I reached down into the bag to get the last can out of the cart, I must have bumped the pay now button because it spits out my receipt. So I had to go to another machine and put in the one last can. So I had like one receipt for $3.45 and then another one for 5 cents. But I got them all taken out. No more bag of cans in my car. No more cans in the garage. It's all cleaned up. But then when I was shopping, I bought bubbly burst, the carbonated flavored water. So the bottle from that is already back in the bag in the garage. So garage isn't cleaned out anymore. What did I do then? Yes, I went to the second grocery store. I was surprised. I kept it under $100. Usually when I go shopping for the week, it's over 100, like 120, 150. I kept it down to 80 this week. That was good. Then on the way home, I stopped at a farm stand and once again ran into a very chatty employee. So took a little while there. I was just tired. It's like, I want to go home. I want to go home. She said, how you doing? I'm like, it's been a long day already. I've done a lot of shopping. I've been out shopping since 10 o'clock this morning. Oh, where'd you go? So it took me a while to get out of there. So came home. My plan was to get my Mystery Yarn Challenge package all boxed up, take it to the post office, and then do another errand of taking all of the recycling in the garage to the recycling center, which is only open on Tuesdays. Well, they're open Saturdays and Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, they're only open from like 12:30 to 3:30. But I was just like, I'm tired. I'm going to sit in my chair, and woe be unto him who tries to get me out of this chair. So, scratch that. I sat there and I updated my lists, and I worked on the scrap yarn project from my SSSS scrap squishy strange storage. I was on scrap. Well, the first thing I made from my scrap was a Funnybee. I like it making my little Honeybee pattern. It's a free pattern on my blog in different colors and calling them Funnybees. Well, then I have a pattern. I was looking for a pattern. So I was going through all the notebooks out by my chair. And I didn't find the pattern I was looking for. It turns out it was in a notebook behind me in the cupboard. So I did eventually find it. But when I was going through the notebook, I saw a chicken pattern. And I was like, that gold yarn that's in there, if I mix that with that fingering weight white, that could make a cute chicken. So I finished up this cutie. Well, I still had gold yarn left. I think I still have gold yarn left, do I? Yes, I still have gold yarn left. I made a mushroom duck. Boop, 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 boop. I had to add orange from my other scrap box. But I did get 3 projects done out of my scrap yarn. It was at 9.9 ounces. I think it's down to about 7.5 ounces. I used about 2.5 ounces of yarn between those 3 projects. So once I finish the rotation, I'll get back to this. Finish the mushroom duck. So now I have moved on to squishy. There is a really cute octopus pattern by the Friendly Red Fox called the Mini Friendly Octopus. I will link it in the description once I get this uploaded and get on the laptop. Today I'm hoping to get some laptop work in, so I should get it up today. But you can always search Friendly Red Fox and look at her website. She has a lot of adorable patterns. Where was I? It's octopus is adorable. The only thing is, it's 17 pieces. You have to make this little ball for the head, and then you make 8 tentacle undersides in a contrast color. I use the white, and then you make 8 of the tentacle tops in the same color as the body. So I use the purple. But before you finish off, you crochet them together. So then you've got the head and you've got 8 tentacles to sew on around. So I have finished all 8 of the undersides, and I think I've made 2 of the tentacle tops and got them crocheted around. So 6 more tentacles to finish, and then I get to sew. But I think it's going to turn out adorable, so it will be worth the effort. Then what do I do after that? Then I go on to Strange. I've had this yarn. Oops. Let me get the... I've had this yarn since April. And this is... It's Strange. It is Keffia Park Avenue. And it said it was $25 when it first went on sale. And basically, it's a knitted tube. And there's not all that much to it. I mean, okay, let's get it all. That's all the yarn. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with it. I think it may have a wool content. Where is... It is 37% acrylic, 35% polyamide, and 28% kid mohair. So there is some mohair in here. Is mohair wool or is that rabbit? I'm not sure. So I think it'll work up quickly just because there's not much yarn there. So if I work on it like in the morning and then go take a shower to clean out my eyes, then I should be fine. But if I worked on it late at night when my eyes were already tired and there's fibers going up, getting my eyes, that gets icky. So I am going to go have some lunch and then attack my to-do list a little bit more today. One thing yesterday, when I didn't want to get out of my chair, I just sat there like, yep, I have to do this. Yep, I have to do this. Yep, I have to do this. So I've got a to-do list to work on today. But I'm making progress. So I'm going to go search for yarn to get that Mr. Yarn Challenge package out. So, bye-bye.